Over the past couple of years, people have been really wising up to the fact that these for-profit colleges that you always see advertised on TV are just gigantic scams. Now, one of the individuals at the forefront of this controversy is Donald Trump, because we all know that he is now being sued for running his scam Trump, quote, university. And the actual instructors that worked for him alleged that they weren't really teachers so much as they were salespeople who were doing any and everything possible to extract more money from their victims that they were already scamming. Now, Hillary Clinton, she condemned this type of behavior and referred to Trump's scam university as, quote, a fraud and a scam, and also stated his own employees testified that Trump U, you can't make this up, that Trump U was a fraudulent scheme where Donald Trump enriched himself at the expense of hard-working people. Now, she's not just targeting Trump University. So additionally, according to the New York Daily News, candidate Clinton has vowed to crack down on predatory for-profit schools as part of a broader plan to help lessen crippling student loan burdens on millions of Americans. The College Affordability Plan, posted to Clinton's campaign website, dubs for-profit colleges as institutions that have too often taken advantage of borrowers and promised to crack down on the abusive practices of for-profit colleges that defraud taxpayers while burdening students with debt for educational programs of no value. So from this, it's very clear. Her stance is unequivocal. So even though it's the case that Hillary Clinton may have taken money from defense contractors and the for-profit prison industry and Wall Street, well, at least we can say that she's on the right side of history when it comes to for-profit colleges, right? Yeah, not so fast. Bill Clinton accepted nearly $18 million in payments from a prominent for-profit education company, despite the fact that his wife, Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, has made criticism of such firms a cornerstone of her education policy proposals, a new report alleges. The former president took at least $17.6 million from Laureate International Universities, a large for-profit education conglomerate that runs at least 80 schools and universities across the world, in exchange for a 5-year role as honorary chancellor, NBC News reported. As part of that job, which Clinton held from 2010 to 2015, the former president traveled the world talking up the advantages of the company's schools, according to the network. So this is pretty bad, right? She is taking one stance, but her husband is taking an entirely different stance. Well, just you wait. There's more. Complicating the picture even more is the fact that Doug Becker, the founder of Laureate, has donated up to $5 million to the Clinton Foundation. And it appears that Hillary Clinton, during her tenure as Secretary of State, but before her husband was hired by the company, wrote to a top aide that she wanted officials from the school added to a State Department dinner guest list. And according to emails released by the State Department, Clinton, in 2009, described the company as the fastest growing college network in the world and mentioned that it was started by Doug Becker, who Bill likes a lot. So it looks like when it comes to the two mainstream political choices that you have someone who created for-profit colleges, and then you have someone who took an unseemly amount of money from them. So you can choose between a pro-for-profit college candidate or a pro-for-profit college candidate if you're voting for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. But are we really surprised? I mean, when you look at education, that's one sector of society, like healthcare, that we should never economize and make it so that way we can profit off of it, because the intrinsic value of education, it just merits us to take extra care in protecting education and making sure that people are getting a good, effective education that will help them either get jobs or just grow as a person. But when you have these neoliberal people like Hillary Clinton who claim to be liberal but want to allow for privatization so these corporations can come in and profit off of things that are supposed to help people, then you never get any change. Because if the Democrats do it, if the Republicans do it, if everyone in our political establishment is in favor of privatizing and profiting off of things that are supposed to help us and help society and the economy grow, you will never get change. So Hillary Clinton can talk the talk all she wants about for-profit colleges, but she's not walking the walk. If you take $18 million, if your husband worked for a massively profitable for-profit education center, quote, education center, you're not against for-profit colleges. I'm sorry. I can't believe anything you say. You are very much in favor of them. So your unequivocal stance, it doesn't mean much. And the fact that you critique Donald Trump, it just shows that you're hypocritical, because even if it's the case that Trump University may be a bigger scam than Laureate, it's a for-profit college. It's still a scam. So Hillary Clinton is a huge hypocrite on this issue. And I'm not surprised. I know other people aren't surprised, but this is something that needs to be advertised, because we have to call her out on her bullshit. If she's going to say one thing but do another behind closed doors, that's not acceptable. So we have to make sure that we keep the pressure on these candidates, even if you're voting for them. If you're a supporter of Hillary Clinton, odds are you're liberal. And if you're liberal, you shouldn't support these types of scam for-profit universities. It's not acceptable. So you too have to put the pressure on Hillary Clinton.